hasn't started yet. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dragons Fan Guy. We have Proenzo vidz here, who I was on his channel a couple of weeks ago, and really great guy. Just unfortunately, he's a Manly supporter, but we might be able to change him. But it's good to have you here and to talk about the NRL signings for next year. And if you'd like to go first for the ones you like.
Yeah, first I'll just say thanks, Nick, for having me on the channel again. It's
All good.
on the very first time on the channel and talking in a video. So yeah, thanks again, mate. And as for my best signings, I really rate for the season coming up. Reading them out right now. So I'll start from 10 to 1. So 10's obviously from the least to the best, going up to 1. So number 10, I've got Dylan Walker going from Manly to the Warriors. I've got Kieran Foran going from Manly to the Titans. I've got Jack Murchie going from the Warriors to the Eels. I've got Isaiah Papali'i in 7th, going from the Eels to the Tigers. I've got Hamiso Tabuai in 6th, going from the Cowboys to Dolphins. I've got in number 5, Reece Walsh going from the Warriors to the Broncos. And I've got number 4, Api Koroso going from the Panthers to the Tigers. And I've got Reed Marnie, number 3, coming from the Eels to the Bulldogs. And number 2, I've got William Kikau coming from the Panthers to the Bulldogs. And number 1, my best, is Brandon Smith going from the Storm to the Roosters.
And who do you not like the most?
Yeah, my top 10 for that. Well, unfortunately, I didn't see a top 10. I didn't find a top 10 just in time because I didn't think there were many signs I didn't dislike. So I'm going to put a top 5. That's okay. So
yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, so my top 5 is a bit like this. So number 5, I've got Josh Hodgson from the Raiders going to the Eels. Number 4, I've got Zane Musgrove going from the Tigers to the Dragons. Number 3, I've got Tyson Gamble going from the Broncos to the Knights. Number 2, I've got Jackson Ford going from the Dragons to the Warriors. Number 1, I've got, you may not like this, but I've got Jacob Little going from the Tigers to the Dragons.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So my favourite ones are Reece Walsh going to the Broncos, Tamaro Martin to the Warriors, Ryan Sutton to the Bulldogs, Luke Medcalf going to the Warriors, Robert Jennings going to the Dolphins, Edric Lee to the Dolphins, Kickout to the Bulldogs, and Zane Musgrove to the Dragons. And also I added the re-signing of Billy Burns for the Dragons as
Fair
my
enough.
favourites.
That's a good list, actually.
And also Jermaine Hopgood going to the Eels as well. I should add that to the... And the ones that I don't like personally are Cody Nikorima to the Dolphins, Tyson Gamble to the Knights, and JJ Collins to the Dolphins, and Jack Hegarton to the Knights, and Jermaine Asako to the Dolphins. And you're not going to like this one, but Austin Diaz to the Sea Eagles.
That's all right. That's all right. That's a fair list still.
And then I have the list of ones I'm not sure about. And if you've got some that you're not sure about as well, like if you like them or dislike them, if you'd like to add them to the...
Yeah.
So there's some that I put here that I'm not sure about yet until I see them play for the team. So I've got Joe Simpkin for the Titans, Oregon Kaufusi for the Sharks, Ray Stone for the Dolphins, and Madison Teagan for the Dolphins as well.
Yeah. That's a good list there. So yeah, it's not a bad list actually. So if you want me to go through mine, I will. So with unsure signings, so like signings not really don't know the best of and don't know how they'll go in 2023. So these are the ones I'm unsure about. So number 4, I've got Jock Madden going from the Tigers to the Broncos. Number 3, I've got Oregon Kaufusi going from the Eels to the Sharks. Number 2, I've got Sammy Sawala going from the Knights to the Raiders. And number 1, I've got Adam Elliott going from the Raiders to the Knights.
And the one signing I put here that I hate the most is Jermaine Asako going to the Dolphins.
Oh, really? Wow, that's an interesting one.
I'm not a fan of him, and I just can't see him working well with the Dolphins, in my opinion. And do you
Well,
have a
we'll see.
sign that you hate the most?
A sign I hate the most. It's a very, very tough one because I don't hate too many, but look, even when he was at the Tigers, I didn't like him that much, and I never really rated him that much. And obviously, he's going to your boys, which I hope for his sake he improves at the Dragons. But I don't know. Ever since he's been a rookie, ever since he's come up, I just never have rated him. And that's Jacob Little. I just, I just don't understand it. I would rather keep Andrew McCulloch for another year than have Little, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just think that Little, he doesn't have the attributes to be that great hooker, unfortunately. Maybe you'll prove me wrong, maybe you won't. But at this point in time, I just can't see what he'll add next year. But we'll see what he does with Hook and Dragon.
We'll just talk about other stuff as well. So, what's your opinion on the current Dolphins lineup? How it is now?
Well, seeing some predictions and seeing some of the players they've got, it's not a bad crop of players. Like, I assume their spines going to look like a fullback Hamisa, Tabuai Fidel, 5'8", probably Anthony Milford, halfback Sean O'Sullivan, and the hooker Jerry Marshall King. I assume that's what the spine will be. Which is not bad, but definitely not like a top 8 or finals contending
But
sort of
they do
spine.
have a good forward pack. We've pretty much got the Melbourne forward pack nearly.
Yeah, they do.
I think it might probably be Jesse Bromwich, and then I think who have they got for hooker? They've got Marshall King.